Hey guys, now you've heard everything about this course and what it will cover, let's dive right into my top 3 tips you need and don't need to become a successful wedding photographer. Being a good wedding photographer is not just about taking great pictures. What a lot of photographers fail to recognize is that establishing a good foundation for yourself mentally is also equally as important. So here's tip number 1, establish confidence. I actually think this is one of the most important tips based off my past experience. Confidence really shows not only within yourself, but your community around you. Brides are not always confident in their ability to pose, think about the shots they want, what to wear, or what locations to choose for their shots. When you are able to take control and let them know, I got this, don't worry, they will have a lot of respect and trust for you. When it comes down to it, all brides really care about is that you are there for them and that you can handle all their needs. When people have trust in you and your work, they will refer you to other people and you will book a lot more clients than the average photographer. I know that it can be tough when you first start out to gain confidence in your own work. Establishing credibility as a photographer takes a lot of time and practice, and believing in yourself and your ability to improve over time is very important. So, what do you do to give yourself more confidence to push yourself to the next level? Well, first, you establish goals of where you want to be. We're not talking about small goals that are easy to obtain, I'm talking about large goals that really push your limits. Then create time spans for each of those goals. For example, one of my goals was to earn $100,000 for my business within 6 months. This goal really challenged myself and only gave me a short amount of time to figure it out. Earning $100,000 might be your goal as well, but other than monetary value, your goals could be pushing your education, or you could learn how to pose couples better, learn how to perfect your manual settings, or learn how to improve your marketing. Just remember to challenge yourself and to set a time to have them done by. This will push you to get things done faster. Another important thing is not to feel discouraged if you don't accomplish your goals. If I tried to make $100,000 and only made $50,000, that is still $50,000 more than I had to start with, right? After setting your goals, take some time every day to reflect upon them and imagine your future self as already having done them. Think about the feeling of your future success, and that will put you in the right mindset for self-confidence. As your education builds up from practicing all these new skills, you will have the self-confidence of a pro in no time. And that brings us to tip number 2, is to get a mentor or an accountability partner. It's good to surround yourself with a good community of other like-minded people that will help support you in your goals. You know that famous quote that all our parents say, right? You are who you hang out with. Not to sound cheesy, but it's absolutely true. When you make connections with others in the same industry, you will share knowledge, critique each other's work, and grow together over time. If you surround yourself with people that will laugh at you for trying to make photography your full-time career or don't even offer support, it can really take away from your self-confidence. I'm always happy to be a mentor for those in need, but you need an accountability partner as well to keep you on track. People use this strategy for numerous things. A good example is when you go to the gym, it can usually benefit you to have a workout partner that pushes you to work harder. The same logic can also be applied for photography. Find other skilled photographers that can support you on your journey. Go second shoot at more experienced photographers' weddings too, and learn their techniques. Tip number 3 is to invest in yourself and put in the time. As any successful business owner will tell you, in order to earn more, you will have to take risks with smart investments. Invest in your education, your equipment, and your business. I know this might sound pretty obvious, but it's definitely essential to become more than just your average wedding photographer. If you want to reach your goals, you will have to put out the time and effort every single day. It's totally okay if you work part-time while you're getting your feet off the ground, and that's honestly what I did too, and I still work as a part-time camera operator for the Pac-12 networks. Obviously, camera equipment can cost a lot of money depending on what you buy, so make sure you do your research first and save up for what will really work best for you. Now that I have told you the top tips to be successful, let me tell you what you don't need to be successful. Now pay attention because this is really important. Number 1, you don't need the best camera equipment. Yes, the latest camera gear is what everybody raves about, but having the top shelf cameras is absolutely unnecessary. As long as you have the creativity and knowledge to work with what you got, you can definitely create the same work. For now, let's think about it from your client's perspective. They don't care about what gear you have. At the end of the day, all a bride wants is for her wedding to be captured. How you do that is totally up to you, and you have complete control. If you know your equipment extremely well, then you can definitely accomplish that goal. Number 2, you don't need a third-party website to advertise for you. A lot of beginners think that it's the safest and easiest way to book more brides. They promise you that your work will be shown to hundreds of potential leads, but they will not emphasize how much competition they are supporting as well. In reality, there are only 2 ways to stand out on their platforms. Either you pay up front a lot of money to be shown in front of everybody else, or you bring your prices down to compete, which can devalue your work. I have personally asked vendors if they like advertising on these sites, and every single one of them told me that it wasn't worth it. I can also speak from personal experience as well. I spent thousands of dollars to basically break even. It's simply just not worth your time and effort. Number 3, you don't need credentials or a large social following. A picture speaks 1,000 words is a phrase I'm sure you've heard before, right? When a potential lead is looking for a photographer, what's the first thing they look for? Your pictures, of course. They don't care about what college you went to or if you have 1 million followers. All they care about is that your style and packages match what they are looking for. Of course, there are other factors that help them make decisions, but those are definitely the top 2. So don't feel bad if you don't have a huge following on your Instagram. I started out with only 100 people that followed me, but my portfolio and confidence is what made brides book me. And that's all I have for this video, all the tips you need and don't need to become a successful wedding photographer. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook group or my email, and I'll see you in the next lesson.